What's up? This is Jordan Gray from Half Lit and DopelivenTV.
Hey, this your boy Don Ritchie representing the Midwest 219 Stand Up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lamar Tate.
This is your girl, Monifa.
Hey, what up? It's your man Dave Hollister from Blackstreet.
You know what this is right here. This Trigger Trench in the building.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy Jason Weaver. And whenever I'm back home in the Chi, I'm checking out Dope Living TV.
Hey, it's your girl, Adina Howard, and you're watching Dope Living TV, live with Greg Gray and the crew.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy Greg Gray. This is Dope Living TV Live. I want to say the views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living TV or its affiliate.
What's happening, fam?
I'm chilling, man. You good?
It's cold. We got that stuff y'all ain't had for about a week. It's like 18.
It's crazy, boy. It's crazy. But dude, it's that time. You know, we from the Midwest, so we should expect it.
It is what it is, you know.
It is what it is, you know. So today, man, you know, it's been a busy week for all of us, and we had to push the relationship show from Monday all the way to Thursday, and
It's just been cracking this week.
Dude, it's been good. It's been real good. We got some good things getting ready to come through, and it's gonna be nice. All right, so y'all, I want y'all to sit back, relax, kick back, and get your relationships in order, because that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna help y'all get these relationships in order.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, man.
I don't know about that. It might be some order, but it might not be in order.
And remember, the views expressed on this Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily views of Dope Living TV or its affiliates. So
instead, they're gonna be order in the court. Order in the court.
Keep that going, though.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, man, real quick before we get started, man, I wanna throw a shout out to my man Maurice Walker, man. This guy was the lead singer of 3 Piece. If you from the Midwest, you know that group 3 Piece. All right, he passed away, unexpectedly passed away, and man, it's going around the Midwest right now, man. Fantastic brother, man. Always was very personal.
What happened?
Talk to everybody. I don't know what happened. I just know he passed away today.
My condolences.
Man, they had this one song. I don't know the words. All right, but 3 Piece was a Chicago staple, man. One of the R&B groups, as well as Public Announcement that put Chicago on the map, man. So, you know, shout out. What's up, Miss Arkansas? Ain't seen you in a minute.
Hey, Miss Arkansas.
Yeah, she been traveling. I've been watching her. She been traveling.
She been on the move.
Yeah, she don't be staying still.
There's no order. Yeah, man. So, hey, we got to get back. We got to have her back on the show soon, man. Miss Arkansas, you family. You know how that go. Got to make it happen. Hey, man, we're going to get busy right now. We're going to get busy. What would you do? What would you do?
What would you do?
What would you do? If you walked in on your mate, your significant other, your boo, your soul, who is that? I'm sorry.
I told y'all it would be no order.
What was that though?
Yeah. You got a laugh box or something?
No, not me. Gina.
Go ahead, finish the question. I won't laugh anymore.
Oh, I don't know if I should finish that. That was strange. Anyway, what would you do if you walked in on your significant other, your boo, your baby, your life partner was in the bed with somebody else?
I think we had this question, but yeah.
Yeah.
I think we had this question. Because some people were nice, some people weren't.
Well, let's revisit the question and then let's be whatever we gonna be.
Somebody ain't walking out. I don't know who it's gonna be.
Dang, Gina, you saying somebody ain't walking out?
You would
listen.
You would kill somebody.
We can say
you would shoot somebody or maim somebody.
We could say what we would do, what we wouldn't do. We could say, "Oh, I just turn around, walk out, let them have." But you know what? Our emotions take over.
Yeah.
And sometimes they can't be controlled. And I'm gonna be straight honest. In a situation like that, I don't know how you could control it.
Okay, now wait a minute. Tyler Penn, he's a great actor, man. He's man, to be honest.
Hi, TP.
I heard. That's my guy. They're gonna be on real soon, him and his wife Amber. But Tyler, what would you do, bruh? If you walked in and Amber, that's your boo, it was somebody
you
else.
You had to say her name. Why are you calling out their names?
Because he's an actor and they want everybody to know who they are, period. It's just a hypothetical situation. It's just a hypothetical situation. But it's a question. We need to know. They need to know. Gina, where you go? She look, is laughter coming from her box and now it's just still pictures coming from her box? What's going on, man?
My allergies are kicking up.
Oh, so you had to wipe the snot away. I hear you. Tyler
said, my eyes are itching.
Tyler said he'd be under the jail. Under the jail. Not in jail. He'd be under the jail. They ain't never what? He said, wait a minute, he said with a smile on his face.
Yeah.
Hey, Tyler, look, and see, that's for y'all married people. Y'all know that y'all good. I'm not married, okay? So if I walked in and my girl, I'd be like Cisco in sleeping in my bed. Somebody sleeping. I would be mad. I drop my flowers. I run out the house. I sit on the front steps. Then I think about it. I'm like, dang, it's two of them up there. It's two of them. I'm running back upstairs. Going back upstairs.
I don't know. For real. You can't make nobody love you. Ain't nothing you can do about it. If they decide to jump in the sack and do what they do, hey, more power to you. Right. I'm gone.
You're gone?
I'm gone. Ain't no coming back from that.
He said, Mr. Isley.
He said, Mr. Isley.
He gonna make a whole production out the whole thing. He gonna take him to the beach. Not to the beach, to the jet. And it's gonna be one, all right? It's gonna be one. I ain't mad at you, Tyler, because I don't know, man. Honestly, though, I saw the video with Cisco and everything. Y'all know Drew Hill, one of my favorite groups, but I'm not gonna. I'm sorry, I ain't gonna kill nobody, but she will have lost me. You know what I'm saying? I don't do infidelity. I can't do it. I don't know. I would be let them know, but they're not gonna finish. Let's put it. Let's understand this. I'm not gonna let them finish.
Well, you just killed the mood, dude.
Yeah, I definitely I'm gonna kill the mood. Okay, it's gonna be some.
You came home early.
Hot water mo or some hot grits. One of the two gonna be thrown in that bed. All right.
Oh, see, he has Mr. Isley. You got Al Grits.
Al Green. Yeah, I might even call Al Green to come through. Al Green. They're in the bedroom, man. I want you to sing a song to them. All right. Don't look so sad. I love you so much. Sing something, Al Green, and put them even more in the mood, because they ain't, when you're doing it, you ain't really aware of your surroundings all the time. Okay, you know what I mean? You ain't never really
in the morning.
But I just think, man, that it's disrespectful for somebody to do that. And as I'm watching all of these Tubi movies, I'm seeing a lot of it going on in them Tubi movies, man. The woman just has the and the man, either or, has the look of faithfulness all day long. Then they turn around and get drawn in. Can't do that, yo. Can't do it. Let's move on, man. We got questions. Excuse me. So keeping it in line with that, all right. You cheated, and y'all got caught. You got caught. Can you trust after infidelity?
No, absolutely not.
No.
Really?
That's always going to be lingering. It always be lingering.
Forever.
You went to the store and you gone for 6 hours. Where were you?
Come home smelling like
that trust. Once you break that trust, it's hard to regain it.
Yeah. Any trust.
Go ahead,
anything on trust issues. I mean, I have zero tolerance for it, because you knew before you walked out that door what was what. And if I can't trust you to walk out the door, I can't trust you at all. And we might as well be done, you know?
And don't come with that. It was a mistake.
Yeah. You just fell on something.
How is that a mistake? Like, certain things have to happen.
There was a stick in the middle of the floor and you tripped, and look at that. She just happened to be right there. So I fell. No, I mean, but seriously, you wouldn't forgive? I mean, you wouldn't forgive?
I'm done.
Yeah, that's a hard one. That's a hard pill to swallow. I mean, if you want her, then let me get out your way. I will move out gracefully. Well, how do I know that weakness isn't going to happen again?
But how do you know it is? You invested that time and you said, hey, this is the person that I want to be with, okay? So it happened.
Yeah, what you said was it wasn't important to you, because anytime there's infidelity, there's a possibility of you getting caught. And you took that risk saying, oh, well, if I get caught, I get caught. So our relationship wasn't important to you.
Y'all help me out, because I'm thinking this, all right? If you got caught. If you have the conversation, hey, look, I made the mistake. I know I made that mistake, and I'm sorry. I'm not going to do it again.
Nope. You don't give that wasn't a mistake.
You don't give me the opportunity.
It's not a mistake. You got to take off your clothes. You have to be in a certain type of mood. That is not a mistake. All of that happens because you make it happen.
All right, but what if, and I'm just throwing it out there, what if you all are having some problems, all right? You know what I mean?
Well, we got bigger problems now.
Man.
Okay, but understanding that you married this person, you with that person, you don't want to make it work. John, what's going on, brother? Hope everything is well.
Again, it wasn't that important to you. It wasn't that important to you. You're not trying to make it work.
Nope.
I don't think.
Bro.
If I have the conversation, if I'm talking and I have the conversation with them, and we say, okay, well, I'm not saying it's cool. I'm not condoning what you did, okay, but I did marry you, or I did say that you and I are together, and I saw something in you that said that you're the one for me. So you talk about it. You had that conversation. And, you come to the conclusion, okay, maybe I'll give them another chance, because everybody does it. Maybe I'll give them another chance. You saying you guys wouldn't even do that.
No, you know why? That's just like, abuse to me. If you don't, if you don't put your hands on me, or just disrespect me totally, that's a deal breaker.
That's total disrespect.
And that's right. I mean, it's a deal breaker. I mean, think about this for a minute. You're talking about the thing that you gave to me and to me only, and you're giving it to somebody else, and it was supposed to be special. Of course, a lot of cats back in the day, of course, when you was out there slinging and stuff and doing your thing, you know, it didn't matter. But you wouldn't mess with nobody's woman, you know.
No, bro. It's a no all the way around.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
No.
I'm gonna get that to y'all because I don't know. I don't agree because I think that you should try to work it out. But Miss Arkansas said that still shouldn't cause you to run to another because you're mad.
Right. And you know what? In the beginning of relationships, when people are dating and you know, you in that early stage of a relationship, I can see maybe. It depends. I can kind of
What's
see
up,
you
Amber?
can say maybe you can give them another chance. But if you've been in a relationship, you married and you've built trust, and this is supposed to be the person you spending the rest of your life with, and they come with that, that's a big no.
Okay, but I mean, okay, and I'll agree with you. So what if it happens and they tell you, they confess that this is what they did because it was on their mind? Amber says, hello, everybody.
Hey, Amber, AP.
Again, Amber and Tyler, they're coming on the show soon. We got to set that up, family. But I mean, if they came and confessed to you, say, hey, man, look, I can't hide this. Okay, this happened.
They better be on their dying bed.
Why I gotta be going to the violence all the why they got to die?
Well, I mean, if you're on your dying bed and you confessing all this stuff, what else can you do? There's nothing you could do. You're dying anyway. Bye.
Okay, but what if you're not on your dying bed? Ooh, boy. What if you're not on your dying bed though? What if you you're alive?
No. It's a certain, like I said, it's just total disrespect. It's just certain things it's just certain things I'm not going to accept. That's just it. Maybe it's just me, but it's just certain things I'm not. If you want to cheat, then go ahead with that person. I'm going to get out your way.
Don't want to be with the person though. It just happened.
Well, then you should have thought about that before you made that choice. You have repercussions for every choice that you make. And if you made that choice, then apparently that was important to you at the time. So let me get out your way.
Well, see, I agree with you, but I kind of disagree. You're saying evidently it was important to you at that time. You never know what a person's going through to make them do whatever. You know what I'm saying? So,
but bro, then you got problems, and I don't want to deal with them. You got problems. If that's your solution,
it ain't me. I'm just saying.
If that's the solution, I'm using that figuratively. But if that's your solution, then you have problems, and I can't fix your problems. You have to deal with your demons. I'm not going to deal with them. And if that should not be the solution to your anger or an argument or any of that. And a lot of times, you know, the other person will play tit for tat. Okay, he cheated, so I'm going to cheat. What's good for the goose is good for that is not for a good relationship.
That's not adult.
You might as well end it now. You may as well end it now.
Yep.
Yeah. Miss Arkansas says that ain't gonna make me happy. Pack your bags while we talking.
I'm with Miss Arkansas.
To the left.
That's right.
I hear you. Well, that didn't work out in my favor. I guess we need to move on.
Well, listen, typically that man or woman that's cheating with that person that has a husband or wife, they don't even want you once that wife or husband is gone. They don't even want you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's keep it on this train of thought. So, you all having the conversation. You and your significant other, y'all having a conversation. Didn't cheat, so all of that's out the door. Okay, but you all get to talking. Do you think it's cool to ask your significant other, your mate, your partner, how many other people you done slept with?
No, that is immature to me.
Yeah.
That's
Ain't
very
none you
immature.
did.
Before me.
And what is it gonna do for you to get the answer? Like, what does that do for you?
Right.
See how much of a whore she was. I don't know.
Here we go.
Would that change
I'm gonna bring
the
it back
person
down.
that she is or he is? That changes nothing.
So
it should be irrelevant, really.
It is irrelevant.
So what you're saying is it should not ever come
unless
up
you 22.
Wow, she said unless you
or 18.
So it should never come up in a relationship. You know what, baby? Before we
so silly.
How many guys you slept with? Now, if he says he slept with 20, and she said you were the only one, you think she lying?
Okay. No, that don't mean she's lying.
So she put 2 ceiling fans in the room and got mirrors on each wall, and she said she only slept with one person.
No.
The dress is sitting right there.
Mm-hmm.
You got hell of a imagination.
I'm telling you.
She's had
if a female told you there's only been one, you just wouldn't automatically not believe her. Why?
Oh no! If she told me that I'm the first, I'm tearing that up. Okay, I want to yes. Okay, but if she told me she had only one person, I'm gonna be like, get out of here. You're lying.
And see,
there are some women that are abstinent, and they are abstinent until marriage.
What country
there are
they
women
from?
Like that.
What country they from?
Well, the question is,
you got the wrong conception of women.
I'm asking the question. What country they from? All of the celibate women.
There's some right here in this country.
Yeah.
Mo, you know any?
Yeah.
They got to be over 18, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Really? I know some too.
What's the oldest version y'all know?
Ooh.
The age.
44.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not a female neither.
Oh, ooh. Gina. Yeah. What's the oldest you know?
I'm 61. She is somewhere like 54, 55, maybe 52, early 50s.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Greg,
thanks for
looking around like, where's she at? Lord, at first, where's she at?
Yep.
Trust me.
I can't. I'm not gonna believe that.
You're gonna have to live a certain way to get that one, bro. You ain't gonna just walk up and take that.
There are some, Greg. Maybe not the women you have met.
No, trust me, it ain't.
But there are some out there. Seriously,
There's been a lot of women that I met that said that they were.
But you know what? I think people don't realize women can go without sex much longer than a man can.
Huh? What?
It's all a sense of control. It's control. It's a sense of control. You should be able to control your urges. You should be able to control your body. You should be able to control.
Yeah, okay. Miss Arkansas said it doesn't matter how many I've had. I got a new move for him. Right there. Right there. She says Virgin Mary 100.
See? Miss Arkansas knows somebody that's 100.
Ooh, that's funny, okay?
It's a matter of control. You should be able to control. You control your anger, right? You control the fact that you don't want to kill someone. You control the fact that you certain things you're not going to do because you're in control of yourself. And sex should be the same. You should be in control of what you do with your body.
Yep.
And then there was a pause.
But think about this for a minute, bro.
I'm listening.
The reason why we're in the predicament that we're in right now, socially, It's
That
because
got me crying.
sex before marriage, sex, fornication. Don't get me wrong, I had my years. So I'm just saying the reason, if you think about Adam and Eve and right now, because a lot of people think the original sin was sex.
What was the original?
The fruit.
The fruit. What was the original sin?
Partaking in the fruit.
Okay, I got you. If there are any people, we like to do a show on people that have not had sex ever. we want to do.
I don't think they want to come anywhere near you.
All females.
I would like to do a show on all the women and the brothers too that haven't had sex.
I'm not inviting my friends.
And I want to tell them. I want to find out why. First of all, I want to find out how. So
I can tell you why.
A lot of them have a covenant with God.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you, Marcella.
One of my friends, that's the case.
I mean, that's the truth.
They're not going to have sex before marriage.
Right.
I mean, I get it.
It's crazy that you can't believe there are people out here like that, though.
Yeah.
I believe there are people out here 18 and under, maybe 20, 21 and under that have not had sex.
Think about all them little religious cults that's over there in Arkansas. A lot of them kids done grown up. They don't know nothing. Hey, Bobby.
Hey, Bobby.
Hey, Bobby. In the Amish communities, too.
Yep.
You think? Oh, come on now. You think they ain't clogging up out there in the Amish community?
They may. They may be, but for the most part, they stay more or less celibate until they get married.
Right.
We would like to think so, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't know for sure. They could be riding that horse down to the barn, and them little wooden shoes be all up in the air.
You talking about wooden shoes? Where you get that?
With the little hats, with the little hats and
Wooden
the curls flying all over the place. They could be, man. Look, come on now. They could be.
But
man,
again, it's all about your obedience and your control. Your control. You are in control of your body, just like everything else that you choose to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right. Well, I ain't gonna win on that one either. But say you're in the marriage now. Okay, you guys are in the marriage, and you and your boyfriend, girlfriend, y'all cool. Everything's good. She got kids, maybe, or you have kids. And I really want y'all to talk about this one. Would you allow that man or that woman to discipline your child?
Sure. That's part of the family, and you got to be able to discipline, your children.
Yeah, but some people are very, very, very particular about that.
You should have had that conversation before you got married. I mean, we did. I mean, we brought two families together, and the biggest mistake you can make is just assuming that they ain't gonna touch your kids, or vice versa.
I was gonna say, what kind of discipline are you talking about? Spanking, whooping, or just keeping them in order?
Whatever discipline you feel is necessary for an unruly child, or a child that's disobeying the rules of the house, and he's not your child. What do you do?
In my with my late husband, he didn't discipline my children. And we had that discussion, but they knew not to disrespect him either. They knew that he had to be respected.
So
he did not whoop my children.
So
I was the disciplinary.
Understanding that, I'm saying, okay, your kids probably weren't the unruly kids in this. You got a kid that's in your house, and that kid is like, first thing he says when you try to tell him something, you ain't my daddy. I ain't gonna do nothing. You say you ain't my mom.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how I would react with that, because my children weren't like that. So I can't even speak on it, because they knew better and they weren't raised like that. So I didn't have that kind of problem when I married my second husband. I didn't have a problem like that. So they weren't unruly to a point like that. But if they needed to be disciplined, I was the disciplinary. And one reason is, one, I don't believe men should whoop little girls. I really don't. And I know we had that discussion before, and some people were like, it's nothing wrong with it. But
Why
I
is that,
really
though,
do
Jen?
not feel like that, because I feel like when you have a little girl growing up and a man is whooping her, then she grows up to feel it's okay for a man to hit her. That's just how I felt about it. And
But
you know,
in their boundaries of
that was my
discipline, though,
belief.
don't you have the conversation while you're doing that? I mean, it's boundaries as far as the emotion goes with discipline, isn't there?
Well, I mean,
so you got to explain when you got your spankings, when you got your whippings or spankings, I should say. I don't want to say whipping. I hate that word.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you understand why you were getting it?
Mm-hmm. But my dad didn't whoop us either. My mom was a disciplinary. My dad didn't whoop us. And again, that may be why I grew my kids up like that. Maybe that's why I had that same philosophy as I was raising my children. My dad never whooped us.
Okay, so
that's a whole different angle. Because my daddy,
go ahead,
my dad. Yeah, my daddy, he whooped all of us. I mean, especially if it's something that, you know, that my mama said that he needed to take care of. He was a disciplinary. And, you know, and they knew what they was getting a whooping for, just like I did. You know?
Exactly. So I respect what you said, Gina, but if a man is spanking his child, his female child, that gives her the signal that she can be beat or should be beat as a man, as a grown woman.
How I feel.
That's a hell of a job.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I feel like that's what you're putting. That's what you're putting in a little girl's head. That's just how I felt. And I never.
No, that's totally different.
I never got whooped by my dad. I never got whooped by my dad.
Different. That's totally different. Now, if your daddy hauled off and hit you in the jaw, or you know, did some really abusive,
right?
You know, that's beating. You know what I'm saying? But whooping on the butt, that's spanking. They know that. Most kids know that.
Go ahead, bro.
Most kids know if you're getting a spanking, you're getting it on your butt. You know.
You're getting it for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not just because I'm angry. The parents aren't angry at you when they're spanking you. They're angry that you did what you did, but they're trying to teach you a lesson that there's consequences behind every act.
I'm not sure what age you felt appropriate to whoop a child, but at the age of 8 or 9, does a child really understand that? Do they really understand that, or do they understand that this man is hitting me?
You explain that what they feel get tapped up for. That's where I thoroughly knew I fully knew why I was getting an ass whooping. Trust me.
And men do the same thing when you get grown and a man hit you. They fully explain why I'm knocking this shit out you.
No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't.
They try to really explain that thing.
Aaron, all right, Aaron. All right.
Let me answer. Spare the rod.
I just felt like like I said, maybe because my dad didn't whoop us growing up. Maybe that's why I felt like that. But that conversation, and I think every household would be different. I don't have any problems. Because my children didn't have any problems.
Let's switch that over. What if you, the mother, had to whoop the boy?
If I had to whoop, yeah.
See, well, why can't he?
Oh, so you whip your child, you whip your sons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or spank your sons. Okay, so now they should feel like that it's okay for a woman to hit them as a grown man.
You don't really get that too much, though, do you?
But no, answer the question. You didn't answer the question.
But because I didn't see it back then. You didn't see women jumping on their husbands.
She's not answering the question.
No, I am. I'm saying no, I didn't see a problem with it because you didn't see women beating up on their husbands. They're gonna get knocked the blank out. The majority of the time you see men hitting on women. I didn't get hit on by my father. I didn't want my daughter to get hit on by a man.
Hey, Bobby's saying it right there. There are very background factors that makes the difference. That's true because again, we brought two families together, and both of us were used to having to give a whooping. So I mean, but we knew that there was a limit. You're just not gonna walk up to my child and slap him for no reason. I mean, that's crazy. That's abuse. But when it's time to hand out punishment, if I'm in freaking Georgia somewhere and something gets messed up and they got to be punished for it, she gonna handle it. But if she don't want to, I handle it when I get home.
Yep, and that worked for you, Mo. That worked for your household, and what I did worked for mine.
That's true.
And that's why I say each household has to determine what is the right thing. I just did not feel like a man should whoop a little girl. That's just the way I was brought up.
I respect that, Gina, but and Mo said it, and he flipped it. What if the woman was whipping the son? You said it's cool.
Yeah.
Why?
You still didn't answer my question.
Again, you didn't see women jumping on men. You didn't see that often. That's not the. But a boy is gonna have to get out there in them streets and fight. At one point, they're gonna have to get out there and fight and stand. So, if I whoop my son, he is preparing him to get out there in them streets. He can't be soft out there.
And it's not preparing.
He cannot be soft out there. No. A woman, no, I'm not trying to raise my daughter to be out in the streets fighting.
No, you're telling your daughter, when you spank your daughter, if your husband spanks your daughter or your son, you're telling them, hey, this is what you did. And there are consequences behind what you did. So if you go and disobey me, like if I told you not to go somewhere and you went, then you're going to be punished because I told you not to as your parent. All right.
I got one.
What does that punishment look at? Because I had one of my children hardly ever got whoopings.
I got one.
Have you ever had one of those children that whoopings didn't mean to them? It didn't mean anything to them.
I'm not saying.
But if you take something, but it wasn't going to stop the behavior.
Yeah,
if you take something away from them, that made a difference.
I had one. If I threatened to whoop, break down, start crying.
See, that was me, Mo. That was me. If my mom threatened to whooping me to spank me or whoop me, I was crying already, and I'm a straight no.
Because you knew that there was a consequence behind what happened.
But it came from my mom, not my dad.
Rachel says, I believe the parents should both be able to discipline either child.
Thank you, Rachel.
I'm gonna tell you again, my husband, my kid's father, which was my first husband, he was the one who disciplined my boys majority of the time. He did not whoop my daughter. My second husband, he did not whoop my children, period. Now, did he discipline them? Did he tell them, you better do such and such a thing? Yes. And when he said that, they did it.
Okay, so let's focus on that now, because that is discipline as well. Spanking is discipline. Reprimanding them is discipline too. So you saying that the man could say, "Don't do that, or else I'm gonna do this," or blah 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 blah. It's cool for him to say that, right? He would
tell them, you need to get in there and do your homework.
Okay, so
don't you came in late. You're not going back. You're not going out tomorrow.
So
but whooping,
that was me. Come on, Mo, help me out here, because you know where I'm going.
So Gina, let me ask you this question. So you're not around, and they tell your new husband what they not gonna do. What's gonna happen?
But I didn't have that problem, Mo. That's the thing. I didn't have to deal with that, so I can't speak on it. My children, you better not talk back to any adult. You better not talk back to any adult.
I gotta say this: Gina has some great kids. She has some great kids. I'm not gonna say well behaved. They're grown, okay, but they got their heads on right. All right. So evidently, what she did worked. All right.
Yeah.
I'm
worked.
I'm not talking bad about what you've done, but I'm just saying in general, because we're asking, which was never answered, Gina. Okay, you still didn't answer the question.
What didn't I answer?
Right? You gave a scenario. You gave
what
a
didn't
scenario.
I answer?
When I said, damn, I forgot the damn question.
I answered every question you posed to me.
No, you didn't answer. You gave a scenario for the question that I asked.
What didn't I answer? Okay, and what's the question, Mo? What did he ask me that I didn't answer?
She was on the other foot, if that was reversed. I
said, yes, I spanked my sons. They got whoopings. I whooped my sons.
Okay, but the man cannot whoop your daughter.
No, men should not whoop their daughters. I strongly feel that. And like I said, we had this conversation before, and
I think we
men did not whoop my daughter.
I think we froze right here at this point in that last time too.
Men did not whoop my daughter.
What you saying? You can red ass the boy, okay? But you can red ass the boy,
but see, the
woman.
But the thing is,
that creates
when I was married to my kid's father.
She didn't, Bobby. She never answered my question, Bobby. She did not answer my question. She gave a scenario. She gave a scenario to my question. All right.
I answered every question. But see, this is the thing. When I was with my kid's father, he disciplined the boys. I disciplined my daughter. He whooped my sons. I whooped my daughter. He never hit my daughter. I just feel like, listen, it is so much stuff happening with these boyfriends and new fathers coming in relationships. You have to be very, very careful on what you let men do with your children, whether it's spanking them, punishing them, whatever.
So he can do it to the man can do it to the new guy can do it to the son, but though you better not say that to my father. My daughter.
No. I'm not. No, that's not what I said. He disciplined verbally. Yes, my second husband verbally disciplined my kids, all three of them.
Your daughter
when
too?
It came to them getting a whooping, that was on me, because I don't feel like a man should hit a woman. A man should hit a little girl. That to me, that's the same as a man hitting a woman.
He's not hitting the little. Come on, Gina. You know.
So what do you do when you whoop somebody? You don't hit them.
You're disciplining them. Okay, it's what you're doing.
Well, how? In what way? In what way?
Rachel says, my children's father disciplined both of the kids. We believe in explaining to our children the consequences of their actions. And like Mickey says, that don't work for every kid. What you're talking about does not work for every kid. Purvis says, what?
It may not.
It may not. And again.
It worked for mine.
Yeah, it worked for yours. It did work for yours. And that's great. All right. And I can vouch it did work for yours. Okay, but that's not every situation. When we're asking the questions, our personal situations in, but we want to look at the broad situation with every family, with as many families as we know. The families that I know, the neighborhood even disciplined the kid, okay, because it was cool.
Yeah.
Purvis says.
But you know what? I think I probably instilled that in my son too, because he'll call me to come whoop his daughter. He'll call me, Mom, come over here and get to this.
He says he has 3 girls and every one of them got the belt, just like the boy.
I didn't say they didn't get a belt. I did not say they didn't get a whooping. They just didn't get a whooping from the male.
Does it make a difference on the message?
But you know what? I don't.
So wait a minute, Vic. Wait a minute. Hold on. Mm-hmm. So you whipped your daughter. So what you took you for the same thing for the man, and I noticed you probably gonna say that ain't the same, okay? For the same thing for the man, for your reasoning that your man can't whoop your daughter, you whoop your daughter, okay? So it's cool for your daughter to grow up and think that it's cool for another woman to whoop her ass, right?
No, because she gonna fight back.
She didn't fight you back. She didn't fight you back
because I'm her mother, and she none of my kids reared up to me. She and she shouldn't. I don't think she should feel like going out in here if a woman come at her that she not supposed to hit them back. Not the same thing, bro.
I knew he was gonna say
whoop that ass, girl. Whoop that ass.
Next question.
Spank that ass, both. I ain't got no more questions. Spank that ass, both of them. Thank you, Mickey. Mickey, he know what I'm talking about. Here goes Bobby. Unrealistic to speak broadly on the subject. Why, Bobby? Why? You said 2 comments, Bobby. You said she's right now.
You
You said
know,
unrealistic to
I
speak
agree
broadly.
with Bobby
Come on,
because
Bobby.
every household is going to be different. Mo's
But
children turned out fine with Mo whooping them. His children didn't. I'm sure your daughter don't feel like a man. She's not going to stand for a man hitting her. That was
No.
Mo's
Oh,
household.
hell no. See,
What I
the
do
thing
in my
about it,
household may not work. Like you said, if they're unruly kids, you might have to. A man might have to step in and do something. I don't know.
exactly.
I didn't have children like that.
Right.
I didn't have children that were going to disrespect. I raised them where you don't back talk to your teacher. Anybody that's grown, you better have respect for them. And my children have that to this very day. You know, but if you got unruly kids like that, then maybe you should look at what is going on. Maybe because you're whooping them. Maybe because other things are happening. It could be because they're getting beaten. Every child don't need a beating. I had a son that I never hardly ever had to whoop. I was one of those children. My mother barely had to whoop me. My sister, on the other hand, she got a butt whooping for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
that was my younger brother. He got a butt whooping every day.
Getting a whooping scared me. So I didn't do anything in order to get a whooping.
I shared a
so
post.
I understand what the comment that Bobby made because I don't even know. Did you even whoop Jordan?
I should get Jordan on here and he'll tell you. Yes, I did.
Did you even whoop him? I don't even feel like he whooped Jordan.
I did. That's why he's like he is now. That's why he's like he is now, because I disciplined my child. At a certain point, I stopped, and him and I had conversations about what was wrong, okay? You know, what he did and what I thought was wrong, okay? Because at a certain time, you got to also build that respect up, all right? Rachel says we believe that we will make them resent another parent by saying you're going to get it when your mom gets home or when your dad gets home. The situation has to be dealt with now.
I never said that. I never said that. You're going to get it right now from me.
Bobby said there are very background factors that I mentioned. You're absolutely correct, Bobby.
Okay, Gene.
Go ahead, Mo.
So what happens? You said they're gonna get it from you right now, but your husband can't give it to him right now.
Oh, you mean that's right. But the thing is, they listened to him. I was not going to allow any disrespect from him towards him from my children. So they did not. If he told them to do something, they did it.
Okay.
And that bottom line. But he knew he never put his hands on my kids. Never. We were together for 17 years.
I got whipped so much I started laughing. I think it turned me into a freak.
That's probably what happened.
And the Bible says we're not talking about a man beating a woman or kid. We're talking about a whooping for injustice. Don't spare the rod. Whoop them kids in school, please. All right.
Oh, shoot. Let me tell you something. Every school we went to back in the G, we got beat. We got beaten because we got hit with them sticks.
Listen.
We got hit with
let me tell you another scenario what made me not. You have to be careful who put their hands on your children.
Yeah.
I had a 3rd grade teacher. I was left-handed. My teacher spanked me every day because I could not write with my right hand. Every day I got a spanking in my hand with a ruler for weeks because I could not write with my right hand. When I finally told my mom that my teacher was spanking me, I was tired of getting a spanking every day because I couldn't write with my right hand. My mother came up to that school and went off on that teacher.
That's a lot of Catholic schools.
Should she have been allowed to spank me like that? No.
No. I mean, again,
but she felt like she was doing something to correct something that I wasn't doing.
Again, that was a different time, and capital punishment is what they called it then. is what they did in schools. And in Catholic schools, they did it more in any other schools. And they was hitting you with wood on your hands, drawing blood and stuff. That's the reason. That's another reason why I stopped. You had a lot of people, or a lot of women at the point, and men that came out of college. They ain't had no family yet. They ain't had no kids. They don't know how to whoop nobody. You know what I mean? So guess what? It turned into abuse. Then they started thinking, "Oh, I got to ball up my fist. Somebody acting crazy. I got to knock them out." Instead of bend them over. Like our teachers came from the old school. They made you stand at that desk. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. And they got that paddle out and they wore their butt out.
Tore them up, man. Roger Reed said my dad pulled the belt off one time. That was all I needed. But that's all he needed.
That ain't all kids.
After that, you knew it was going to happen. Okay, so why would you do something bad knowing that you're going to get some pain? All right, and that kept a lot of kids out of jail too. Because if you doing a crime, you got to do the time. All right, so your parents are teaching you with that form of discipline, because that's the way they disciplined back in the day in the old South. Okay, if you do wrong, you're gonna feel some pain behind it. Okay, and it could be a constant pain, and it could be an enduring pain. Bobby says back in the day versus, and she got 3 dots. Okay, Aaron has a question for you, Mickey. I mean, Gina, do you know how to write?
I do not know how to write with my right hand, Aaron.
Then next time
even with all the spankings that she did, all the spankings that my teacher, what was her name? Miss Butler. I don't know who went to Washington School, but I know y'all know Miss Butler. Miss Butler whooped me in my hand every single day with that wooden ruler. And I cried and cried and cried every day because I could not write with my right hand. I still can't write with my right hand.
I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna ask you to sign something.
I don't even think my youngest son. I don't think my youngest son whoop his girls either. I think it's just something about a male's voice for a little girl that makes them do the right thing. My son can say something to those girls and they will do it. He don't even have to whoop them. It's something in the bass in a man's voice that it just puts the fear in a little girl that in other words, not really the fear, but it kind of lets them know I'm doing something wrong. I got to straighten up. And they don't want to be a disappointment. They don't want, I don't know what it is, but my youngest son doesn't whoop his 2 daughters either. So
think about this, Jada. Think about Purvis says you and a few are collateral damage, but bring corporate punishment back in homes and schools. Think about this. Look at the ratio of when we got our whippings or whatever you want to call it, and how we turned out as opposed to those that are not getting them now in this generation. And look how they turning out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, and again, it's not every child. It's not every child that I'm saying don't need to get a whooping. And it's not every household that I feel that it could be run like that. But you just have to know your children. You have to know the people who are around disciplining your children. You have to know all of these things before you allow them to do it. I just see so many children that die at the hands of women's boyfriends, their fathers, and things like that. Did you vet? Were you paying attention? Did you really pay attention to whether or not he was going too far, or whether or not you set boundaries, or did you just let him have his way?
No, I mean, again, having those conversations, if you don't have those conversations before y'all get together,
right,
you're going to have some problems. Because 8 times out of 10, that person will let you know how you let your husband know that you didn't want him to put his hands on your daughter. And like me and my wife, me and Marianne, hey, it was like, I know I trust you to making the right decision. I trust you know how to discipline. I've seen you discipline, your kids. I ain't got no problem with you disciplining my kids.
Yeah. Rodri says, I never had to lay a hand on his daughters. He said, I just had to change my voice a little, and they knew how I was going.
Exactly.
I
Some
agree.
kids
I
are like
agree,
that,
Gene.
though.
I agree. Hey, shout out to D Starks. Okay, immediately
What's
after
up,
this
D?
show, man, y'all go check out the D Starks show right after this. Matter of fact, every Thursday, watch Dope Living TV, and then go to the D Starks show, okay, with a completely different viewpoint on a lot of completely different subjects. All right, shout out to D Starks, okay, and the crew. But now, just so everybody knows, we ask questions so that we can evoke the conversations. This was a great conversation. Check us out. We're on now. So that means that we run it over there, right, bro? Okay.
Yeah.
Aaron says these parents today are afraid of their kids and try to be friends with them. True. And that's when the kids take over.
That don't work.
It's ridiculous.
But you know what? It's. I just don't see a lot of parents knowing where to draw the line at. You know what I'm saying? You're getting too friendly with your children, and now they feel like you're on the same level. You're never on the same level with your children. My children don't even want to cuss in front of me, even though if something slip out, they're gonna say, "Oh, Mom, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Please excuse me," because of the way that I raised them.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to. You have to pay attention to these things. I think that, a lot of these young parents aren't even paying attention to what's going on in their children's lives. Social media, less known, who's whooping them and this, that, and the other, or, let's go out and party or go to the bar together. It don't go hand in hand.
Some of these parents now, they're proud to be able to go to the club and say, hey, this is my son, this and that. Raj says you can be both. They just have to respect you. And it is a matter of respecting the conversation that you have with your child when they're doing something wrong, and as they grow up, they'll remember these. All right, I'm telling you, and everybody, you guys know my son Jordan. A lot of people know my son Jordan. Okay, Jordan he's a big guy. He could easily pound somebody down. Okay, but he's very respectful. He cares about a lot of people. Why? Because we've had these conversations. All right. Did I discipline my son? Did I spank him? Not much. I didn't. Not much. Okay, because he wasn't a bad kid. All right, but that's my situation. Gina's situation is her situation. Mo's situation is his situation. There's a lot of situations out there where you have to change the way that you have to discipline your child. But we want to, at the end of the day, we want to raise these children to be great parents themselves to their children. Purpose that they plan you. It's no slip and see how far they go.
Purpose, they in their 40s. Look, at this point, if my children curse in front of me, it wouldn't bother me, but they won't do it unless it does slip out sometimes. But most of the time, they won't curse in front of me.
And mine,
it don't bother me. They grown. They good and grown now. They at a ripe age.
Jordan did not want to cuss. Look, at 15 years old, I walked in his room. He was 15 or 16 years old. I walked in his room. He was rapping.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, it's the most filthiest shit I ever seen. Excuse my language. Filthiest. Had his headphones on. It was some filthy crap coming out of him. I'm like, son. And he looked around. He said, "Oh, Dad, I'm sorry. I'm sorry." He almost cried when I heard that. Okay. So now I knew that my son did curse, and he actually cursed very well. All right. But he wanted to be a rapper because that's what he heard. Explain, well, that's not all they do. They don't just curse. And again, if you listen to his music as he evolved, you might hear one curse word in his songs, one or two. That's it. My son does not really curse. All right. Now, will he curse you out? Hell yeah, he'll curse you out. All right. But he doesn't. That's only if he gets to a certain level. All right. We have done, like I said, it's been. These are phases. These are generations that change the way that we've raised our kids. There's no longer it takes a community to raise your kids. It takes a nation to raise your kids. There's no more of that. That's gone. These kids, if you touch them right now, if you do anything, you touch them right now, they got their cell phone that you bought them, and they call it 911 on the cell phone that you bought them. They call it 911, and you'll be in trouble. So what do? I mean, this has been a relationship roundtable. I mean, we got stuck. I knew that last question was going to be one where we were going to have one. So that's what I told Mo.
Of course, because a lot of people don't agree with the way that, you know, I raised my kids as far as where the whoopings came in at.
I mean,
But they don't have to agree. You know, they don't have to agree because everybody has their own way. Will they say something about it? I didn't agree. I didn't agree that the woman shouldn't. I mean, that the man can't spank his daughter. That's his daughter. You know. Aaron says Mickey says my kids still better not curse around me, and they're in their late 30s, and one is 41, and she won't curse in front of me. Yeah. Now I know Mickey. I do know him. He's in Florida. He ain't having it. Okay, he ain't having it. Now, that's when if your daughter at 40-something years old, if she cursing at me, that's when she gonna get that beat down. All right, I might grab my belt. You know, and Mo, you was gonna say something. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna wait till the wrap up. But
well, this is the wrap up. Let's go.
I mean, to each his own. I mean, whatever works for you on discipline, other than beating, that's basically the chemistry. So, yeah. I mean, what worked for me, like Greg said, what worked for me may not work for Jenny or him. I mean, that worked for me. And communication, again, going back to what I always go back to, communication in the relationship, especially extended family relationship, is super important. You know, y'all got to know where each other stand when y'all get up in that relationship. Y'all are married and y'all have kids that are involved, because you do want to accept, you want to take the whole package, and it is what it is. But you got to know that each other got to know what the limitations of discipline, what limitations of the way you talk to them, and you got to be able to observe what they're doing with their kids as well. When y'all have when y'all interact and stuff, and as y'all get into our relationship before marriage, if you get there and in a relationship and you see that this chick just turn around and just slap the crap out of the kids every time they do something wrong, you wouldn't want that chick slapping your kids. Period. Right. And you need to let her know. You go put your hands on my kids. I got that. So I mean, that's a communication that you have at the beginning. Okay. You don't slap the kid.
Yeah, I agree with Mo, but I just want to say that, relationships are difficult enough, but being in a relationship and bringing children into the relationship, whether it's on both sides or one or the other side, that's difficult. And you have to take your time with that to make sure that that's the right person you bringing in to discipline your children. If you want him to whoop your children, make sure he's doing it with love. What happens when he gets mad? Does he take it out on your children? Does he whoop them too hard? You need to pay attention to this. That goes for mother and father, because there are some men out there raising their children too. And sometimes, women could come into a relationship with the father raising the kids and they get jealous. Pay attention to all of these red flags. Look around. Don't come in with blinders. Don't be talking about you in love and so you just letting things go, because when you get further into that relationship, it's going to get harder to walk away, and it's going to get worse.
Yep, absolutely. The Bible says to spare the rod, spoil the child, as Mickey says. But how literal do we take this? You know what I mean? Again, there's been different generations of disciplining your children. You go way back, and I can only speak from my perspective. My parents came from Mississippi. Okay, that is what they did. They whipped their children when they did something wrong. That's what we learned. All right, but we also learned a different way to do it. And like Gina said, we tried to do it out of love. Not saying that they didn't do it out of love, but they just did it because something happened, and this is what they were taught from theirs. Okay, so but we learned how to do it out of love. Then the next generation was like, okay, well, we can't touch them, so we're gonna yell at them and cuss at them and demean them. All right, that's demeaning your child. All right. Then the next generation is like, well, we're just gonna let them do what they're gonna do. We put them in the corner. We let them do what they're gonna do. We have to really get back to disciplining your child, as Gina said, with love, but it has to be understanding in there as well. All right. Why are you disciplining me? Why did this happen? Okay. Why? All right. We have to make sure that we explain to them why we're doing it. We don't have to hit them. We don't have to whip them. Okay. These children are raising children now. So where are we at? Again, it's not cool to go to the club with your 20. It ain't cool. I'm sorry. Anybody that's out there doing that, it ain't cool. That you stay home, let your child do what they're going to, let them grow up and live themselves. So I'm just saying, Bobby says my whoop and the kids and the spouse too. Appreciate you all for the comments, man. This is Dope Living TV Live, man. I want to talk about the Distinguished Dr. Gill real quick, okay? We had them on before the award show. We had them, the award show happened, and then we had them on afterwards, okay? That is just a whole circle that closed, okay? But just as that circle closed, there's still that little opening where you can still talk to one another as authors, as award-winning authors, and those that did not win, and you can still navigate that aura of communication with each other. All right, that's the only way you're going to get out there and get your books seen. Okay, one book washes the other. All right, help each other. It's a lot out there. And Gina, I got to give you your props, okay, because this is growing. There's a lot of people that know about the Distinguished Authors Guild, not just in the Midwest, but on the East Coast and the West Coast. I travel. I know people have been talking about it. So we have to make sure that everybody knows about it, and so that we can have this on NBC or ABC or whatever, because it has to be done in order to get these people, these authors recognized. And you're doing such a great job with it, Gina. Every year around February, March, she says, I ain't doing it no more. Okay, yeah, you are. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, every year at the day after the event.
Bro, I don't know what I'm gonna do. You're gonna do the show. Shut up. All right, Mo, what you want to say, Mo?
No, I'll just point at sis.
Yeah, okay. Bob,
I do want to add, remind everyone that Thursdays, we will have Financial Thursdays starting next Thursday. So if you want to get your finances in order, we have two beautiful women that are smart, that can tell you how to grow your money. If you don't have any money, they're going to tell you how to get it. So come on Thursdays, 6 weeks, they're going to give you lessons. This costs, you guys, you know this costs, right? They're going to have 6 weeks of how to, for the free. Did I say free? For the free.
Don't say that.
Join us on he don't like that word, but it's free. Join us on Thursdays. So listen, I guarantee you're going to walk away with some kind of tip. Yes. When you listen to them, you're going to learn something, and you're going to make a change, and it's going to be for the financial gain.
Man, you're going to get y'all pockets straight, okay? And I joke about that, but it's not just about your it's about your future, your financial future, and your generational wealth. All right. These ladies look. They impressed us so much, man. And we said, hey, man, look, we're gonna get y'all Thursday. Y'all gonna have it, all right, for 6 weeks, all right. 6 weeks. And if the 6 weeks don't do enough, and they want to come back, then we're gonna give them another. We're gonna give them a couple of more days, all right, because I think it's important that everybody gets right, all right, especially as we get older. We need to make sure if you don't have, well, I'm not gonna even say that. Let's get it right. These ladies will be on Thursdays, all right, and we're back on Mondays for the Relationship Roundtable. I got a lot of guests that are lined up for the Tuesdays and Wednesdays. We're just gonna have some fun, guys. And we're around, I say 120, 119 shows away from the 1,000th show of Dope Living TV Live. Man, we got to do it.
A throwdown.
Got to do it, man. Y'all got to come through, all right? And immediately after this, man, go check out the D Stark show. He's on. They're talking to him and his crew. It's a good TV, all right? This is Dope Living TV Live, man. We will definitely see you guys, God willing, on Monday. All right? Peace.